Hello, Real Estate Roundtable. Today we have Randy He just did a whole presentation on how he runs his numbers for flips. So, Randy, what are you most passionate about?
Most passionate about? I love real estate, but I also love to cook.
Really?
Yes. I'm a very accomplished cook.
What do you like to cook?
I'll share a meal with you that we just had recently. I made pork belly with over grits with jalapeno infused marmalade and a little pepper in there, and a little cayenne pepper in there, and it was just awesome.
Just delicious.
It's awesome. If you like pork belly. I don't know.
I'm getting hungry now, yeah.
Have you had pork belly before?
No.
Do you know what pork belly is?
It's the belly of a pig?
Well, that's kind of closing in. It's kind of like bacon. Do you like bacon?
It's okay.
It's okay. This is kind of like an amplified version of bacon. So
Ooh.
that's good stuff. But anyway.
Awesome. When it comes to real estate, what gets you up in the morning?
There's that satisfaction, just trying to get a flip done and getting through the gauntlet. And, you know, you're kind of on the uphill side of the struggle, and then it's on the downhill side. And when you get it done and get to close the escrow, and it's a grind, but that's what wakes you up in the morning, and getting it done, getting from point A to point B to point C to point D.
How many flips do you have going on at once, usually?
Well, I'm hoping next month I'll be closing 3. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a variety of properties, so I hope we'll have 3 closed by the end of February. So
Perfect.
And we have 3 more behind us.
Perfect. So you like it in 3s?
I don't know about that. I'd like to do more, but I do okay. I do more than many, but not as many as I would ultimately like to do.
How many would you ultimately like to do?
Yeah, probably 1 a week. I think would be interesting. So
Wow.
yeah,
Closing 1 a week?
closing 1 a week.
All year.
It means you have to purchase 1 a week. It means you have to
You have to have a nice system going.
go through. So
How do you turn negatives into positives?
in what context?
Real estate?
In real estate, as far as deficiencies in the property, or
Yeah.
in what respect?
Yeah.
Yeah? Kind of catch me off guard with that one. I don't know. It's like, well, I for my presentation, I gave an example of buying a property from someone that has deferred maintenance on their property, and things are falling apart there. This person's income stream is rather limited. We're on Social Security. And if things go right on this particular deal that's coming up, she could walk away with money in respect that maybe some cash in her pocket, and also enhancing her life from the income stream she'll derive from the sale of her house, and improve her life. That's
a negative to positive.
She's in a negative situation, not a good place, and by pulling a lot together, she will be renting somewhere, but she'll be living a better lifestyle because of that income.
The cash flow.
Yeah, be it food or sometimes just the basic necessities.
Really, make a difference. Randy, you did an amazing presentation today on running your numbers. The number one thing that people really liked, especially on the Facebook Live, was that you pre-sell your properties halfway through. Can you talk about how you came up with that?
When it comes to flipping properties, one of the problem areas is you have an amount of money that sits out there for a length of time, and the strategy is to minimize that length of time that you have the money floating around out in the universe. When you flip homes, you don't have a steady paycheck coming in.
Right.
It's feast, it's famine. So the quicker you can get to feast, the better off you are.
Mm-hmm.
And pre-selling is part of that strategy to reach feast.
Totally. So you pretty much close and have all the construction done at once.
Close, it's usually within a few days of each other. Yeah, that could be done like in 2 business days, 3 business days. I think I've even had one that was maybe 1 business day between completion of project and actually receiving essentially a wire transfer into my account the day after it was completed, as opposed to, okay, I'm done with it now. I want to go put this on the market and wait for the offer and go through the whole process. Now, in my presentation earlier, I didn't mention one of the things that realtors will go, oh, no, you need to put it on the market and get top dollar and everything else. Well, when you do that, you can end up losing money.
You're wasting time, really.
Wasting time, and I shouldn't say losing money, but end up making not as much by following that strategy. So
when you first started flipping houses, were you doing that, or like when in your process did you kind of learn?
I did that pretty early on.
Early on.
Yeah.
Did you see other people doing that?
I don't recall seeing some. When you put out a product that's desired, people will want it. And if they've seen your product before, they will want it.
Right.
And for example, I've had realtors buy my properties.
I'm sure.
You know, and so if you create desire for something, it's kind of like an Apple iPhone or something. Before they come out, people are standing in line. I mean, not really pre-selling, but they haven't even tried it out. They haven't even seen it yet.
They don't even know what.
They don't even know, but they want it.
Right.
And so that follows the same strategy. It's like, I know what this guy's stuff's going to look like. I've seen this stuff before. I want the resulting, the end result, the product, without having to fight other people for it.
Partners, yay or nay?
Yay.
Why?
I'm getting old. I can't do everything. And that's one thing about age, is you have the realization that you cannot achieve all things, and so you need to create key alliances to get you from point A to point B. So
yeah, you just picked up a new mentee, Colton. How's that going?
Very good so far. We're pretty new into it, but I think he's going to do a great job. He has enthusiasm. It seems from an educational standpoint, he'll be able to do what needs to be done. And he seems very, very motivated about doing it. So I'm excited to be working with him.
If someone wants to reach out to you in a mentee-mentor relationship, what should they do?
They can give me a phone call, or they can send me an email. So you can call 530-812-5143. That's 530-812-5143. Or email me at mrrandyjust@gmail.com. That's mrrandyjust@gmail.com.
Perfect. Social media, how's it going?
Well, not as good as it can. I know that. I was once upon a time an internet guru marketing guy that just killed it. I created a whole business, starting with $500 and generated several millions of dollars in sales off $500.
Wow.
By using the internet. And unfortunately, I have fallen the wayside and sitting on the side of the road and definitely not using social media as effectively as I should be.
So when you do pre-sales, and are you using social media, or how is that kind of pitch
I post to Facebook, but I also contact fellow realtors in the industry, agents that I know. I just pick up my phone and start making phone calls and ask if they have any buyers for a particular property.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's not sometimes more about networking than social media marketing. One thing I will be changing, I expect my pre-selling, I do more video marketing as opposed to still photographs.
Hey, I know a guy.
Yes. I have heard, I don't know if this is statistically correct, but even though people don't watch the whole videos, or they watch 5 seconds of it or 10 seconds, I guess it's more effective than just a photograph. That's my understanding. So
you have about 6 seconds of attention span.
5 to 10 seconds.
Especially for the next generation. So cool. Yeah, and video is a great way to just show your product and everything that's going on.
I tried to do my first video. Unfortunately, the little holder for my cell phone kind of slumped down, so I have to go get a new holder for my air vents. So that's, you have to make sure you have the right hardware to make it work right, as opposed to watching your cell phone fall down to the floor and you're kicking it around, and it's like, oh no. So that was my first attempt at one of my live videos, and it was not a successful attempt, but we will try again.
Awesome.
Persistence.
Yeah, you just got to keep trying. How has the Real Estate Roundtable helped your business?
I started off with another meetup, and ended up meeting with Eric and just the group that I meet with sometimes for lunch, and it's all about the networking. The long and short, it's about the networking. This is a very powerful group. It's about opening your mouth. It's about reaching out. It's about making telephone calls. It's about following up, and there's just the opportunities there are incredible if you just take advantage of them.
If you were just starting off as a real estate investor right now, what would you tell yourself?
Do it as soon as possible. Yeah, as opposed to waiting and procrastinating and worrying about failure. we learn an awful lot from failure. And sometimes people dismiss that, but
just go for it.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yes. Just a quick story. Somebody I worked with in another industry, another life in the software business. This gentleman, I think he declared bankruptcy 2 or 3 times. And
2 or 3 times?
2 or 3 times
wow.
bankruptcy. And he was in the same business I was. He was on the East Coast. I was on the West Coast. For all practical purposes, we were doing the exact same thing. And I think his fear, because he declared bankruptcy, there was no longer fear there. It's like, well, it's first thing Apple. I declared
I'm still
bankruptcy.
alive, yeah.
Yeah, well, he went through the whole process, stock IPO, all that, and when it was done and over with, he was worth over $1 billion.
Wow.
Just like boom, wake up one morning and the stocks get sold and he's worth over $1 billion on Forbes list. So, and someone like myself, I find that very distasteful to declare bankruptcy, but so that was I don't want this to happen, but he made it through. He made it through. And I don't know what ultimately happened with those creditors and everything else. Maybe he paid them back. I don't know. He seemed like he was a good guy. Maybe he did. But so sometimes, the fear of the worst thing prevents you from succeeding.
Totally. What got you into real estate?
I just enjoyed it. And I started buying some long-term holds before I had my real estate license. And shortly after I purchased those properties, I studied and received my real estate license. So.
Are you ever going to be a broker?
I don't really feel a necessity to do that, or a need to do that, but perhaps one day, perhaps.
Randy was very generous in sharing his spreadsheet on how he does all of his numbers, and if you just want to send him an email, he will freely send that to you.
Yes, I will, absolutely.
Which was really awesome.
It's a great tool. It's a great tool.
For your lending relationships, how did you get those relationships?
Just people I've known for a very long time and build up trust. You make a promise, he says, so I'm going to do, and follow up and be reliable in that relationship.
Cool. Anything else you want to?
That's it. It's getting late here on a Monday evening, and we've had fun, and I spoke for almost an hour and a half.
I know.
We had a great turnout, and
yeah, you really drew a crowd. People were taking
a lot of
really
fun.
nice.
A lot of fun. So.
Cool. Thank you so much, Randy, for coming on.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll see you again soon.
Sure. Take care.
Oh,
monkeys.
What do you think about monkeys?
What do I think about monkeys? I don't know.
Would you like a pet monkey?
It would be interesting, yes. I'm not sure what I would do with the monkey. Like, train it to do stuff? Let my cats enjoy it? I don't know. I mean, what do you do with monkeys?